Here's something most developers on Scrum teams don't think about. The quality of your sprint doesn't start when you write the first line of code. It starts with how clear your backlog is, how smoothly your impediments get cleared, and how well your team communicates before you ever touch the keyboard. If any of those break down, you feel it in your work, even if you can't name exactly why. AI agents can fix all three of those problems, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how for each role on your Scrum team. If this kind of practical AI content for development teams is useful to you, gently tap that like button. Let's dive into it. First, let's be clear about what an AI agent actually is, because it's not just a chatbot with a fancy name. A regular AI tool waits for you to ask it something. You prompt it, it responds, you take the output somewhere. You're doing all the connecting work. An AI agent is different. It takes a goal, figures out the steps, uses tools, your files, your test runner, your backlog, your docs, and it executes. It checks its own output, adjusts, and comes back with a result. You hand it a task, it runs the task, you review the outcome. Think of it like the difference between an intern who answers questions and a junior team member you can actually assign work to. Now let's walk through all three Scrum roles, Product Owner first, then Scrum Master, then Developer, because understanding all three is what makes the developer's life actually better. The Product Owner's job is to own the backlog. That means writing clear stories, defining acceptance criteria, prioritizing work, and making sure the development team always knows what done looks like. When that's done well, developers move fast. When it's done poorly, developers waste half a sprint asking clarifying questions, reworking things, or building the wrong feature entirely. AI agents help the product owner do that job better, faster, and with fewer gaps. An agent can take a rough idea from a stakeholder and draft a full user story with acceptance criteria already attached. It can scan an existing backlog and flag stories that are too vague, too large, or missing testable criteria. It can look at a set of stories and suggest a priority order based on business value signals the PO gives it. It can even generate sprint-ready refinement questions, the things a PO should be asking stakeholders before a story ever enters the backlog. What that means for you as a developer is that the work coming into your sprint is cleaner. Fewer "what did they mean by this" conversations. Fewer mid-sprint changes because someone didn't think it through. Less time in refinement, more time building. Now the Scrum Master. The SM's job is to protect the team, remove impediments, and make sure the process is actually working. When a Scrum Master is operating well, developers have a clear path. When they're buried in coordination work, scheduling, updating stakeholders, running ceremonies manually, chasing down blockers, that protection breaks down and it lands on the developers. AI agents change what the Scrum Master has bandwidth to do. An agent can synthesize daily Scrum notes and automatically surface blockers that haven't been resolved across multiple days. It can generate a sprint review summary from ticket data and commit history, so the SM isn't spending hours writing a status update. It can analyze retrospective notes from multiple sprints, identify recurring patterns, and surface them before the next retro so the team is working from real data instead of whatever's top of mind that day. It can even help the SM draft stakeholder communications, prepare ceremony agendas, and track team metrics across sprints. All the administrative overhead that pulls a Scrum Master away from actually watching out for the team. For the developer, this means your impediments get surfaced faster, your ceremonies are tighter, and your Scrum Master is spending more time actually removing the things in your way. Quick break. If you want the actual prompt templates for all three of these roles, I have a full role-based AI prompt library at agileaidev.com, built specifically for Scrum teams. It covers the product owner, Scrum Master, and developer, organized by sprint phase. Link is in the description and the pinned comment below. Now let's talk about the developer directly, and this is where it all comes together. Because here's the thing, when your product owner brings you clean, well-defined stories, and your Scrum Master has the process running smoothly and blockers cleared quickly, you can actually focus. And when you can focus, that's when AI agents at the developer level do their best work. An agent working alongside a developer can write unit test stubs against code that already exists. It can scaffold new classes or modules from a story's acceptance criteria. It can generate documentation while you write the code, not after. It can run your test suite, interpret the failures, suggest fixes, and in some setups apply the fix and rerun, closing a feedback loop that used to burn an hour of context switching. And during sprint review prep, a developer can hand an agent the list of completed tickets and get back a plain language summary of what was built, ready for stakeholders who don't read commit logs. But here is the point most videos miss. The developer's AI agent is only as good as the inputs it gets. If your stories are vague, the agent produces vague scaffolding. If your acceptance criteria are missing, the agent's test stubs are guessing. The reason to care about what agents do for the product owner and the Scrum Master is that it directly raises the ceiling on what your agent can do for you. All three roles working with agents creates a compounding effect. Cleaner input into the sprint, fewer interruptions during the sprint, faster, higher quality output at the end of the sprint, and a retrospective that actually learns from real data instead of gut feel. That compounding effect is what separates teams that get incremental gains from teams that actually change their velocity. The place to start is simple. Pick one agent task for each role. One task for your PO, story drafting or acceptance criteria generation. One task for your Scrum Master, blocker tracking or retrosynthesis. One task for yourself as a developer, test stubs or boilerplate. Run all three for one sprint. Review what came out. Adjust. The Scrum framework you already know is the perfect container for this experiment. And if you want to go deeper on how to write the actual prompts that make these agent tasks work for all three roles, I've built a role-based AI prompt library specifically for Scrum teams. Every prompt is organized by role, product owner, Scrum Master, and developer, and by sprint phase, so you always know exactly which prompt to reach for and when. You can find it at agileaidev.com under Resources. The link is in the description and the pinned comment below. Head over, grab the prompts, and put them to work in your very next sprint. If this gave you a new way to think about how your whole Scrum team can work with AI, not just the developers, do me a favor and share it with your team. Send it to your Scrum Master. Send it to your product owner. Let them see what's possible when all three roles are pulling in the same direction with agents backing them up. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button now. I post regularly on AI, Scrum, and practical software development, the kind of stuff you can use in your next sprint, not just think about. And I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, which role are you starting with? Are you a product owner looking to clean up your backlog? A Scrum Master trying to get ahead of your impediments? Or a developer ready to stop writing boilerplate by hand? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And before you go, if you want the actual prompts we talked about today, all of them, organized by role and by sprint phase, head over to agileaidev.com. The role-based AI prompt library is under Resources. The direct link is in the description and the pinned comment below. I'll see you in the next video.